Coming up on WFT's First at 5, Gainesville food pantries are counting on local support as the government shutdown continues. Our team reveals the challenges they're facing and how you can help.
Plus, a big change for Grace Marketplace. Find out who city commissioners sold the homeless shelter to and for how much.
And the swamp is getting a makeover. We'll tell you how your game day experience could change as soon as next season. First at 5 starts right now.
First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
Right? I can't concentrate if I'm hungry.
Millions of Americans could struggle to eat if the government shutdown continues, and food banks are preparing for the influx of needy neighbors, especially with the holidays right around the corner. Those neighbors, particularly in Gainesville, are scrambling to put food on the table as federal benefits become less reliable. This is WUFT's First at 5. I'm Alex Land.
And I'm Alexis Vivanco. Those SNAP benefits could run out at the end of the month if leaders in Washington can't agree to reopen the government. WFT's Krystal Felix is live at Gainesville's Catholic Charities in Krystal. You spoke to food pantry workers trying their best to fill the gap, but they face low supplies too.
And they're asking for the community's help to keep their shelves filled. But the charities are facing an uphill climb due to rising grocery prices, impacting the amount of donations and less funding from the federal government. In the third week of government shutdown, penny pinching is rising to an all-time high. And neighbors like Valerie Stevens and Christopher Clark are turning to food pantries in their time of need.
We're having issues with Social Security, and price of food is going up. So it makes it a lot harder when you have 2 kids, 2 adults.
And as the pantries that Catholic Charities oversee, their calls are growing to help fill that need.
When there are people out there that do help you, it helps a lot. It goes a long ways.
Denise Fanning, Regional Director of the Charities Gainesville Bureau, says she's noticed an increase in larger families, elderly, and homeless people since the shutdown. And while there's food that's provided by federal agencies like the USDA.
We are very, very fortunate with the community that we live in. They are very responsive when we put out a need for any type of specific supplies or specific canned goods that we are looking for.
Fanning says you could bring in essentials like pasta, mac and cheese, and non-perishable canned goods. And these donations go directly to neighbors who walk through their doors, no questions asked.
Just know that when you come through our doors, it is to serve you, not for us to find out why you are in need.
Regardless of need, Andrew Davenport says the pantry is a safe place for all.
I mean, maybe you're homeless and you need to charge your phone and drink some water and just have a spot in the AC for a little bit. Like, you're more than welcome to come here.
The pantry is open Monday through Thursday from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Live in Gainesville, Krystal Felix, WUFT News.
A UF International student who received a full tuition Peace Scholarship is facing charges of sexually assaulting and stalking a classmate. Investigators say 30-year-old Angelo Ida Durand was arrested last week. The university is banning him from campus for 3 years. Gainesville police say he met his accuser about 5 months ago. She says he forced her into a bedroom and sexually assaulted her after they drank beer at a pool bar. Durand's public defender is asking to delay the case until she can find an interpreter to speak with him. For more information about the case, visit WUFT.org.
And the Gainesville City Commission voted unanimously to transfer the Grace Marketplace property, essentially for $1, to help the organization continue its mission of serving people experiencing houselessness. WFT's Alabama Weninegar joins us live in the studio to explain why city leaders say this move matters.
The land Grace operates on is valued at more than $4.6 million. The decision gives the nonprofit long-term control of the property. Now here's why that means moving forward. The move shifts ongoing maintenance and capital expenses away from the city and onto Grace. City officials say property ownership could help Grace unlock new funding sources that requires direct control of the site. The land will remain restricted for the use as a continuum of care facility, meaning the mission must stay focused on serving people experiencing homelessness.
For Grace is that just for being on the books, it is beneficial to have more assets to your name as you're going for grants. There is a benefit to having control over your own facilities.
UF forecaster Matthew Clark is live in the weather studio, and Matthew, it's one of those days where the sunlight just kind of beams down on your skin.
Yeah, it has been just a fantastic day out there. Even from the beginning, we woke up in the lower 50s. There was a crisp fall-like feel in there if you had it out there this morning. 52 in Gainesville, even saw some 40s even further to the north of I-10, and it's all thanks to a front that has moved its way further down to the south. It was over I-4 this time yesterday, but it has continued to move its way down south in toward the Florida Straits, just keeping us dry and cool. Currently 77 degrees, and when I say dry, the humidity is only 30% out there. Dew point of 43 degrees, lots of blue skies. The only clouds out there are just like upper cirrus clouds. It is just gorgeous out there, just a beautiful Thursday evening, and that trend is going to continue even as we head into the rest of tonight. Those temperatures are going to be in the 50s before we even reach midnight, so it's going to be a little bit chilly out there if you're heading out and about tonight. Checking in on the tropics, we still have Tropical Storm Melissa out here. Very disorganized system at this time, but is expected to rapidly intensify as we head into this weekend. I'll have more on Melissa and what you can expect for this weekend coming up in just a few.
And good news for teachers, ACPS has reached a new salary and contract agreement for employees to raise their paychecks. The deal includes a 4% raise for the 2025-26 fiscal year when the next contracts are expected to begin. Take a look at your screen now. District officials call the negotiations collaborative and respectful, crediting both sides for open communication. Union President Carmen Ward says the agreement shows respect for employees and commitment to students. A vote will take place October 29th with school board approval, and pay raises expected in November. And teachers met with the Alachua County School Board back in February to demand a wage increase after declining 1.6% raise offer. Union leaders say educators were overworked and underpaid, urging the district to present a meaningful wage proposal. Negotiations remain stalled, and teacher frustration continued to grow ahead of upcoming budget discussions.
The Florida Highway Patrol responded to 2 deadly car accidents on Wednesday. In the morning, an 83-year-old man died after being ran into in Levy County. The FHP report says the man was hit on the left side of his car by a tractor trailer while traveling straight after stopping. The other driver suffered minor injuries. And in the second crash, a 67-year-old man has died and a 74-year-old passenger was critically injured after being thrown off a motorcycle in Alachua County. The FHP says the driver lost control of the bike at around 2 p.m. while traveling south on County Road 231. The passenger was taken to UF Health.
And Marion County Fire Rescue says a gas leak near Ocala Elementary School is being mitigated. MCFR was at Maplewood Elementary School this afternoon. They say the leak was affecting the line of cars with parents waiting to pick up their kids. Teco Energy is working at the site to make sure that it's safe.
Marion County is providing additional housing for men recovering from addiction. Marion County Community Services approved a $1 million project for Logos Lodge. The nonprofit plans to fix 2 homes in Bellevue, one on Southeast 120th Street. The project provides transitional housing for people earning 80% of the area's median income. Logos Lodge helps men recover from addiction.
And Marion County Animal Services is temporarily closing a kennel because of bacterial outbreak. A dog pet tested positive for strep zoo, a bacterium that can cause sudden illness or death in dogs. MCAS says Kennel B will be closed until at least next Friday to treat and monitor the dogs. All other kennels and services will run as normal. MCAS has treated all 71 dogs in Kennel B with an injectable antibiotic. No new cases have been reported, and strep zoo is not contagious to humans.
Coming up next when First at 5 returns, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium is about to go through renovations that could impact your game day experience.
Jordyn Banks comes live from the swamp where she's set to break down all the changes coming.
Stick with us after the break.
And plus, a local music festival is bringing thousands of fans to Gainesville and fueling local businesses. We'll tell you how the event helps the city in just a minute. Stay right there.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Major changes are coming to the historic Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. The final plans are being put in place by the University of Florida leaders to modernize the swamp. WFT's Jordyn Banks is live inside the stadium. Jordyn, you learned how much money is being poured into these renovations and when construction is set to begin.
It's been over 20 years since the last renovation here at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, and within the next 5 years, we're looking at $1 million renovation here at the swamp. We learned today that Crawford Architects from Kansas City, Missouri, and Brassville, located in Birmingham, are leading the project, which follows UF's 2018 completion of the Heavener Football Training Center, and the facility's construction wrapped up in 2022 and included better lockers, more conference rooms, and even some swimming pools. But When it comes to changes to Ben Hill Griffin, the biggest is the seat capacity. The renovated stadium is projected to seat over 81,000 fans by 2029. That is down more than 6,000 from its current capacity. And when the project finishes, the capacity is expected to rise again to 83,000. Construction is set to begin in April 2027, and project officials say fans should not see more major seatings changes during the football season. This renovation will also modernize this 90-year-old stadium. In today's meeting, UF officials met and granted city commissioners and agents to new things over time. And then UF officials still need to meet one more time to all have an agreement today. And the meeting has not been announced just yet, so we'll keep that for you at First at 5. Live from Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, I'm Jordyn Banks, WUFT Sports.
Let's take a look at what our Noticias team is working on for our Spanish-speaking audience. Dance Marathon at UF raises millions of dollars for UF Shands Children's Hospital. More on how the students running the organization are also giving back. And the Florida Attorney General is calling out an Alachua County elementary school teacher. Join them right here at noon every Sunday for more stories like this.
Tropical storm Melissa is still churning in the Caribbean, hardly moving at all. I'll have the latest update on Melissa and what we can expect as we head into this weekend coming up after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
One of Gainesville's most popular music festivals begins Thursday. It's been held here for 23 years. The fest features everything from punk rock to indie music. But it's not only musicians and music lovers who benefit from the event. Local businesses are positively impacted by it, with around 10,000 people in Gainesville attending. According to the Visit Gainesville/Alachua County site, Fest generates around $3 million in direct spending, with a total economic impact near $5 million. The county supports the event too, providing bed tax dollars. This year's Fest takes place through October 26th. And gentlemen, I gotta tell you, it feels good to actually be out in the sun, having fun, and listening to live music. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's great weather out there, especially this weekend. But do you guys know what next Friday is?
Halloween.
It's Halloween next Friday.
I was gonna say Friday.
And we're gonna see like cold weather for Halloween. Actually, it's not going to be like dry weather. It's going to be a little bit chilly out there. The Climate Prediction Center is calling for below average temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days, pretty much all across the Florida Peninsula. So it's going to be pretty chilly out there for Halloween come this time next week. Temperatures could drop as low as maybe even in the lower 40s at night. So it's going to be a pretty chilly Halloween out there, something to look forward to. And we are looking forward to even nicer weather here. 77 currently on our campus cam. The humidity and dew point are both super low for this time of year. So it is very dry outside. You've probably felt it. It is just a gorgeous day out there. It's a little bit breezy. Winds coming in from the northeast at around 10 miles per hour. The reason we've been seeing this beautiful weather is this front that's just continuing to move its way down to the south. We've been seeing some nice north winds coming in our area, and temperatures didn't even get that hot today. It only reached 80 degrees here in Gainesville. We're currently sitting at 77 in Gainesville, 79 in Ocala, up to our north in Lake City, 75 degrees. So for the most part, we're up in the upper 70s. And then waking up tomorrow morning, it's going to be another chilly morning out there. If you're heading out and about early, 52 in Gainesville. We're going to be seeing the 40s again in the Suwannee River Valley, up to our north, 53 in Ocala. Inland, it's going to be a little bit chilly, and then we're going to heat up into the 80s again. We'll probably be a little bit warmer tomorrow, just 81 degrees, so a 1 degree temperature difference. It's going to be another gorgeous day, lots of sunshine, breezy conditions, winds coming in from the northeast at around 10 miles per hour tomorrow. And then as we head into this weekend, it's going to be another beautiful weekend out there. A little bit more clouds on Saturday and Sunday, and a 30% chance of rain on Sunday, with that best chance heading into our area as we head into Sunday evening into Monday morning. So overall, just a beautiful weekend to enjoy some Florida-like fall weather. Looking at the available moisture, we have a lot of dry air parked over our area as we head into the rest of tonight and into Friday and into Saturday. But then another frontal system is going to move its way through as we head in towards Sunday night and into Monday. Tropical moisture is going to increase as we head into those days, with about a 30 to 40% chance of rain as we head into Sunday night and into Monday morning. That front is going to clear our area, and that's also going to help steer Melissa. You're probably noticing that. That would be Melissa off in the Atlantic at this time on Tuesday next week. And then a stronger front is going to push through, bringing really cool air, really dry air to our area. This is Thursday, October 30th, so setting up for a very chilly Halloween on Friday. Speaking of Melissa, Melissa is still currently parked in the Caribbean, moving at only 2 miles per hour. Very disorganized storm at this time. There is still a lot of wind shear where Melissa is currently sitting, so it does not have the ability to get organized at this time. However, as we head into this weekend, that wind shear is going to lighten up and Melissa is going to rapidly intensify into a major Category 4 storm. Would not be shocked to see Melissa reach major Category 5 status. Unfortunately for the Caribbean, Jamaica and the Hispaniola and parts of Cuba really have to monitor this system, but those fronts are going to push Melissa off to the northeast and into the Atlantic. So good news for the U.S. states. Now, regardless of development, whether it becomes a Cat 5 or a Cat 4, it is still going to be bringing devastating rainfall totals to Jamaica and parts of Hispaniola. Lots of mountainous regions out there, so we could be seeing some devastating mudslides down in Hispaniola and parts of Jamaica. So they need to monitor this system very closely. Here for our 7-day forecast, our only chance of rain is coming in on Sunday night and into Monday morning, and then some very cold weather as we head in towards Halloween this time next week.
Coming up in sports, gambling, fraud, and the NBA get linked in a big scandal. Plus, WUFT Jada Ross is live from Citizens Field previewing tonight's matchup between Bobcats and Bears. All that and more coming up after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome back to sports. I'm Luis Rodriguez Combe. While temperatures outside might be cooling down, high school football is heating up as we head towards the end of the season.
We've had to kind of take it week by week. We feel like the off week gave us a chance to kind of move that needle a little bit, Steve, towards proficiency in some of the throwing game and running game that we want to add.
Thanks, Jada. It was all about power at the Oldham last night as the Gators went head-to-head with Oklahoma. The Florida Gators bounced back strong, defeating Oklahoma in 4 sets. Ania Mackin led the way with 13 kills, while setter Alexis Stuckey recorded 42 assists and 10 digs for her 3rd straight double-double. Jayla Augustine had 11 kills and led the team in blocks with 6. Freshman Lily Hayes anchored the defense with 13 digs as Florida outblocked the Sooners 10-7 at a half. The Gators now hit the road to face Arkansas on Sunday at 1 p.m. 2 major names in the NBA are in serious legal trouble. Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and the Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier have both been arrested in connection to separate gambling investigations. Finally, Florida gymnastics Leanne Wong achieved the silver medal in the World Championship all around in Indonesia, and former Gators legend Fred Taylor is now a semi-finalist again for the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2026. That's all for sports. Matthew will have a final look at weather coming up after the break.
Welcome back. Besides Sunday night into Monday morning, we are looking at a beautiful next 7 days in North Central Florida.
Thanks for joining us. We're back here tomorrow for another edition of First at 5.
Your North Central Florida news is always on at WUFT.org and on all of our social media platforms. Have a good night.
For you guys this weekend, not as cold, but some showers. But with the showers comes a cold front coming into Wednesday. So in a week, you might need those jackets again. Looking at the 7-day forecast, we can see some showers Sunday into Monday, early morning Tuesday, but Wednesday dropping back down to 77. This is some great weather coming forward, but like we said, you may need to grab your jacket. Thank you. That's all.
Thanks for joining us for WFT Midday. We're back here tomorrow for another edition.
We'll see you later today for First at 5 on Channel 5. Have a great afternoon.